All right, so we're going to start off this evening with the GE Energy and Infrastructure Award. This category is relatively new. We've only had it for around 3 years, but it's become very popular, especially in terms of the number of submissions we get year after year. This award is about how to unlock Africa's potential. As we all know, as we've all discussed many times before, this continent is extremely rich when it comes to natural resources, but there needs to be an effective framework in order to manage those resources well. There are 2 nominees in this category. First up, Jay Caboz, who traveled to Maputo to look at the once powerful port in Mozambique that is once again beginning to thrive again, and Adedayo Eriye Okotola, who reported on the issues of traffic congestion in Lagos. I know all about this because I'm Nigerian myself, to talk about the daily nightmare of thousands of commuters. Let's take a look at their work.
For centuries, the port of Maputo was a rich gateway between Africa and the trade winds of the open seas. In the years of civil war and crumbling decline, the port was left dead on its feet. 12 years ago, it woke up to stage one of Africa's great comebacks. Changing the port of Maputo to become a rail-based gateway is absolutely essential. We move high volumes of bulk commodities, and it is much easier and cheaper to use trains and not trucks, says Osorio Lucas, CEO of MPDC. Some of the causes of the traffic congestion have been highlighted to include poor road networks, inadequate road capacity, poor traffic control or management, poor drainage systems which cause flooding during rainy season, inefficient or inadequate mass transport systems, and bad driving habits of many, among others. The presence of heavy vehicles and menace of petrol tankers have also been identified as a major gridlocks trigger. According to statistics from the Department of Petroleum Resources, there are over 2,600 petroleum tankers or trucks in Nigeria, and most of them lift fuel from Lagos to the 26,687 retail outlets across the country.
I'd like to invite to the stage Thomas Konditi, President and CEO, GE Transportation Africa and GE South Africa, to join me on stage now to present the award.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure to present the GE Energy and Infrastructure Award to Jay Caboz.
This is a beautifully written story about the port in Maputo in Mozambique. Instead of just doing a set of statistics, it takes the reader on a journey weaving in figures, political developments, and social changes all in one piece.
The ships are now able to bring in 3,000 cars. To go in and see that ship with all the robots and the guy who controls the traffic out of the ship, it's crazy. Obviously, I've seen bigger ships, but they can't come here yet. I love my port. I think it's the best in the world. We've got problems, but I love the competition with the South African ports. We have less equipment, and we're doing it better than them. That is something that needs to be stressed, says Roberts.
This story is particularly rich in facts, rich in figures, and rich in history. And the reporter was able to build premise upon premise to arrive at the conclusion that this is one hope out of the infrastructure challenges of Africa, and it's quite lucid.
Thank you very much. I just want to say some personal thank yous, if you don't mind. This thank you goes out to my editor, Chris Bishop, who has for following your instincts 3.5 years ago to hire me. Thank you also for all the hours we've spent grinding over text and honing my skills as a journalist and my passion. It has been an honor to work with you and learn from you. Every day I walk the streets of Africa and come across stories of courage and determination, and I can't imagine doing anything else. Finally, I'd like to say to my family and my wife in the audience, thank you for all your love, patience, and support, especially when I have crazy ideas to photograph people for months and come home with singed hair, torn jeans, and smelling of tear gas. Thank you.